Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, to never miss a video from us. Hi everyone, welcome to Test Prep Training. In this video you will learn about the top interview questions for data engineering on Microsoft Azure. So let's get started. Question number 1, what is structured data? Your answer is: structured data, sometimes referred to as relational data, is data that adheres to a strict schema, so all of the data has the same fields or properties. The shared schema allows this type of data to be easily searched with query languages such as structured query language. Question number 2, what are cloud computing environments? Your answer is: cloud computing environments include the physical and logical infrastructure to host services, virtual servers, intelligent applications, and containers for their subscribers. Different from on-premises physical servers, cloud environments require no capital investment. Structured data is usually saved in database tables, with rows and columns with key columns to show how one row in a table correlates to data in a different row of another table. Question number 3, explain semi-structured data. Your answer is: semi-structured data is limited organized than structured data and is not collected in a relational format, as the fields do not easily fit into tables, rows, and columns. Also, semi-structured data includes tags that get the organization and hierarchy of the data plausible, for example, key or value pairs. Semi-structured data is also known as non-relational or NoSQL data. The interpretation and structure of the data in this style are represented by a serialization language. Question number 4, what is the lift and shift strategy in data engineering on Microsoft Azure? Your answer is: when shifting to the cloud, many customers relocate from physical or virtualized on-premises servers to Azure virtual machines. This strategy is known as lift and shift. Server administrators lift and shift an application from a physical environment to Azure virtual machines without re-architecting the application. Question number 5, what is meant by Azure storage? Your answer is: Azure provides several ways to store the data. There are various database alternatives like Azure Cosmos DB, Azure SQL Database, and Azure Table Storage. Azure gives multiple methods to store and send messages, like Azure Queues and Event Hubs. You can also store loose files utilizing services like Azure Files and Azure Blobs. Azure picked 4 of these data services and put them together beneath the name Azure Storage. The 4 services are Azure Files, Azure Queues, Azure Blobs, and Azure Tables. Question number 6, define storage account. Your answer is: a storage account is a container that clubs a set of Azure Storage Assistants together. Only data services from Azure Storage can be involved in a storage account: Azure Files, Azure Queues, Azure Blobs, and Azure Tables. Question number 7, explain deployment model. Your answer is: a deployment model is a system Azure practices to organize the resources. The model describes the API that you use to build, configure, and maintain those resources. Azure presents 2 deployment models. 1. Resource Manager, the contemporary model that uses the Azure Resource Manager API. 2. Classic, a legacy expiation that utilizes the Azure Service Management API. Question number 8, describe storage account keys. Your answer is: in Azure storage accounts, shared keys are known as storage account keys. Azure generates 2 of these keys, primary and secondary, for each and every storage account you generate. The keys give entrance to everything in the account. Question number 9, what is auditing access? Your answer is: auditing is additional part of controlling access. One can audit Azure Storage Access by practicing the built-in Storage Analytics service. Question number 10, what do you understand by stream processing? Your answer is: stream processing refers to the constant ingestion, transformation, and analysis of data streams developed by applications, IoT devices and sensors, and other resources to obtain actionable insights in near real time. Data stream analysis usually includes using temporal operations, such as temporal joins, windowed aggregates, and temporal analytic functions to measure changes or differences over time. Question number 11, what is Azure Stream Analytics? Your answer is: Azure Stream Analytics is the prescribed service for stream analytics on Azure. Also, Stream Analytics grants the ability to process, ingest, and analyze streaming data from Azure Event Hubs, involving Azure Event Hubs from Apache Kafka, and Azure IoT Hub. One can also configure static data ingestion from Azure Blob Storage. Question number 12. What do you understand by Azure Synapse Link for Azure Cosmos DB? Your answer is Azure Synapse Link for Azure Cosmos DB is a cloud-native, HTTP ability that allows you to run near real-time analytics overhead operational data collected in Azure Cosmos DB. Also, the Azure Synapse Link produces a tight seamless integration among Azure Synapse Analytics and Azure Cosmos DB. Question number 13. What do you understand by Azure Event Hub? Your answer is Azure Event Hubs is cloud-based, event processing assistants that can collect and process millions of events by second. Event Hubs act as a front door for an event pipeline, to accept incoming data and collect this data until processing resources are possible. An entity that transmits data to the Event Hubs is known as a publisher, and an entity that examines data from the Event Hubs is known as a consumer or a subscriber. Also, Azure Event Hubs sits among these two entities to distribute the production, from the publisher, and consumption, to a subscriber, of an event stream. This decoupling supports managing situations where the rate of event production is greatly higher than the consumption. Question number 14. How to edit files in Cloud Shell? Your answer is one can use one of the built-in editors in Cloud Shell to change all the data that make up the application, and unite the Event Hub namespace, Event Hub name, shared access policy name, and primary key. Azure Cloud Shell supports Nano, Emacs, Vim, and Cloud Shell Editor. Just enter the name of the editor you want, and it will launch in the environment. Question number 15. Define Azure Databricks. Your answer is Azure Databricks is a fully managed, cloud-based big data and machine learning program, which authorizes developers to expedite AI and innovation by analyzing the method of building enterprise-grade production data applications. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.